Hey guys, welcome back to Nifty Narrations.
The sun was shining brightly, an idyllic day in the small town of Halcyon, California. Nestled between sun-kissed hills and verdant meadows, Halcyon was a postcard town, its charm amplified by the close-knit community that called it home. Our tale begins with 5 boys, their friendship as constant as the northern star, their spirits as unbridled as a wild stallion. Adventure was their shared language, their hearts beating in unison to the rhythm of thrill. On this fateful day, their sights were set on a local cave, a yawning mouth in the earth that promised an adrenaline-fueled journey into the unknown. With their backpacks loaded and excitement in their eyes, the boys embraced the challenge, blissfully unaware of the dark turn their adventure was about to take. Their laughter echoed through the town as they set off, oblivious to the tragic fate that awaited them. As the boys ventured deeper into the cave, the sunlight faded, replaced by an eerie silence. With each step, the outside world seemed to grow distant, as though they were leaving behind the realm of the known and stepping into an abyss of the unknown. The initial thrill of adventure began to wane, gradually morphed into a creeping unease. The cave's darkness was not just the absence of light. It was a tangible, suffocating entity that seemed to swallow their youthful bravado. The narrow beams of their torches danced on the damp walls, casting grotesque shadows that seemed to come alive in the undulating darkness. The air, heavy with the smell of wet earth and age-old decay, pressed against them, a constant reminder of the cave's ancient existence. The echoes of their own footsteps, once a source of amusement, now seemed to mock their growing fear. The silence was broken only by the chilling symphony of dripping water, each droplet a ticking clock marking the passing time in this underworld. It was as if the cave itself was alive, its heartbeat echoing through the subterranean chambers. The sound of water was everywhere, a constant, relentless reminder of the cave's aquatic nature. They noticed the water level in the cave slowly rising, the once dry rocky floor now slick with water. The streams that were once trickles had become steady flows, the puddles now pools. A cold reality began to dawn upon them. This was not just a cave, it was a watery tomb. Yet they shrugged it off, attributing it to their overactive imaginations. After all, they were just boys, invincible in their innocence, oblivious to the impending danger. They were here for an adventure, and a little water wasn't going to dampen their spirits. They trudged on, deeper into the heart of the cave, the darkness growing denser, the water rising higher. A sense of unease crept over them, but they were far too deep to turn back now. The cave had become a labyrinth, its winding tunnels a maze of uncertainty. They were trapped in the belly of the beast, blissfully unaware of the tragedy that was about to unfold. It started as a trickle, a minor annoyance, but soon the water was rising at an alarming rate. This was no ordinary adventure, it was a fight for survival. The boys, once consumed by the thrill of the unknown, now grappled with the harsh reality of their predicament. The water, once a mere hindrance, had now become a dire threat. The cave they had so eagerly entered was now a watery prison, and the tide was their jailer. The boys, young and energetic, were quickly transformed into desperate souls, their spirits dimmed by the encroaching water. The echo of their frantic cries reverberated off the cave walls, a haunting reminder of their predicament. Their hearts pounded in sync with the rhythmic drip, drip, drip of water, each droplet a ticking time bomb, counting down to their imminent demise. Each boy was a flurry of action, their hands searching blindly in the murky depths, their feet kicking against the cold, hard stone. They were rats in a trap, scrambling for an exit that was not there. The cave, once a maze of excitement and mystery, was now a labyrinth of fear and despair. The water level continued to rise, blurring their vision, choking their cries, and numbing their senses. With each passing moment, the water level rose, each inch a cruel reminder of the impending doom. The cave was a living, breathing entity, and it was swallowing them whole. The water was relentless, unforgiving. It didn't care for their pleas or their terror. It didn't pause for breath or rest. It just rose and rose and rose. The boys' desperation was palpable. Their fear was raw and unfiltered. But the tide didn't care. It had one job, and it did it with ruthless efficiency. It was an unstoppable force, a rising tide of doom. And so, as the water touched the roof of the cave, as the last pocket of air was consumed, as the final cry was silenced, the boys' hopes were extinguished. Their dreams of adventure, their aspirations for the future, their innocent laughter, all washed away. Their hopes of escape were washed away by the relentless tide. The news of the boys' disappearance hit the town like a tidal wave, leaving a profound sense of loss in its wake. The once vibrant community was now shrouded in a blanket of sorrow, a stark contrast to the joyous laughter that used to fill the air. The town, tightly knit and close, felt as if a part of its very soul had been ripped away. The reaction was immediate. Search parties were quickly formed, their flashlights piercing the darkness of the cave, their hopes pinned on every echo. The local sheriff, a stern yet compassionate man, led the charge, his face etched with determination. But as days turned into weeks, the grim reality began to sink in. The boys were not coming back. A sense of helplessness permeated through the town, as palpable as the chill of a winter's night. The local church, the heart of the community, became a sanctuary for those seeking solace. The pews were filled with tear-streaked faces, their prayers a desperate plea for comfort. The local school, once a hub of youthful energy, was now eerily quiet. The empty desks a stark reminder of the lives tragically cut short. The loss was deeply personal, yet collectively shared. The town's bakery, owned by the mother of one of the boys, closed its doors, unable to bear the thought of baking the boy's favorite apple pie. The local park, once filled with the sounds of children playing, was now a silent testament to the tragedy. The swings, once ridden high by the boys, now hung still, the silence as piercing as a scream. Amidst the grief, the community rallied together, their shared sorrow forging an unbreakable bond. Vigils were held, stories were shared, tears were shed. The memory of the boys lived on, their spirit echoing in every corner of the town. The laughter of the boys that once echoed through the town was replaced by a deafening silence, a grim reminder of a joy that once was.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narrations.